you guys, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another subscriber's pick my skincare routine. And then I'm obviously trying and testing all those products and sharing it with you. Now I have to acknowledge a couple of things. The first thing that it's been a while since you guys have done this poll, and I was waiting to thoroughly test out like all of the products before I could sit here and do a video. So that's the first thing. I know that I kept you waiting for a while. I'm very sorry for that, but yeah, it's finally here. The second thing is that this video should have technically gone up last week, and when I say last week, I mean when I'm filming this. So let me tell you the date. This video should have gone up on 3rd June because how I post these videos is I post once in every 4 weeks on a Friday. So the last one that I did was the one where I was trying and testing out the Plum serums, and I shared an in-depth review on that. And then that it's been a while since that video has gone up, and then I was supposed to do this and post this video on 3rd June, but I ended up for some reason skipping and like totally forgetting that I was supposed to do that. So yeah, that's why it's a little bit late. Today when I'm sitting down to film this, it is 8th of June, so we're already like almost a week late. And if I'm being completely honest, I don't know when this video is going to actually go up, because I have a bunch of like Fragrance Friday videos filmed as well that I want to be posting. So I am still kind of figuring that out as to when this video is going to go up. But yeah, I will definitely make a note and keep it in my mind to not slack with these videos anymore. So I'm extremely sorry for that. But now let's jump right into this video and let's talk about all the products that we have here today. So starting with first, some of the products I've actually been using for so long that I have completely used them up. Like this, I had literally had to grab out of my empties bin to share it with you. So let me give you a little bit of context. When it came to vitamin C serums, I give you guys two options. I gave you the option to choose either the Formularx vitamin C Arbutin plus N glucosamine something. I believe this is a PHA, if I'm correct with that. Again, I completely butchered the name of the ingredient, but this is basically called their 14% brightening complex. So it's basically a serum that comes in this tube packaging. So there was this option, and then there was the 20% vitamin C from Chemist at Play, and you guys chose this. And I'm so happy that you guys ended up choosing this, because that one actually would not have worked out for me at all. Like I would have hated using that if you guys would have ended up choosing the Chemist at Play 20% vitamin C, because I've shared in a different video, it was like a products I'm decluttering video, as to why I do not like that product at all, and I ended up decluttering it. I in fact did not even use it, but this one I enjoyed using so much, and I'm so happy that you guys chose this. So this is basically like a nice gel consistency serum that comes in a tube packaging, and it's like tin kind of a packaging. So yeah, first of all, I think my favorite thing about the serum has to be the consistency of it and the way it comes in your hands, and like when you're massaging it all over your face, it's such a nice experience to use. And that's something that I really like about it. I will say though that with consistently using it, I really liked the way my skin felt, looked, the whole experience of enjoying the whole experience of using this, I thoroughly enjoyed. In terms of like if you're using this for hyperpigmentation or something like that, I will say though that I maybe noticed a little bit of difference, not that much. I was also breaking out on and off during the period of using this, and of course it was not this product, it was a bunch of other things that were going wrong with my body. So yeah, for that reason I feel like I could not really comment on the hyperpigmentation aspect of this product. And I know it's also a little bit expensive for what it is. This is, I think, 1300 rupees for your typical standard size, which is 30 grams. So it is expensive. It will last you, I would say, about a month and a half ish, maybe a little bit more than a month of sorts, if you're using it every single day, which is decent enough. But it's a little bit more expensive as compared to like some other serums, like the Minimalist for example, which is like super inexpensive as compared to this. So that's something you need to keep in mind. Would I repurchase it or necessarily recommend it? I would say if you want to use a good brightening serum that has vitamin C, that has arbutin and a bunch of great ingredients just to help your skin, long term benefit. Like if you're looking for specific targeted results, I don't think you would see that with this product, so definitely do keep that in mind. But if you want to use a good product that has a lot of great ingredients in it that will long term help your skin, and if you don't mind shelling that extra coin, then this is a great product. I think it's a great brand. I love the brand ethos, kind of the way that they come out with products that are not like just mainstream. They definitely have a lot of more, I would say, unique ingredient combinations and formulations, etc., which I really really like about this particular brand. So yeah, if you want to support a great brand, if you have a little extra money to spend and you would like to buy a product that is a absolute pleasure to use, then definitely check this out. If not, I would say you could skip it. For me personally, would I repurchase it? It's very hard to say yes because of how expensive it is, but if I find it on offers or discounts and I can save some money and I don't have to spend like 1300, I definitely will get it. I think even when I got this, I got it on like 25% off, so I didn't actually pay 1300 for it. I paid a little less. I got this when Formularx had their anniversary sale. So yeah, that was that. Moving on, next, let's quickly talk about this. This is the Ordinary Glycolic Acid Toning Solution, 7%. Now, I gave you guys again two options. You could either choose the Dermaco Glycolic Acid Toner or you could choose the ordinary one, and you guys chose the ordinary one. Now, you can tell that I haven't used much, and that's not because I don't like this product or anything like that. I would just say that in my nighttime skincare routine, there is so much going on. There is salicylic acid, there is retinoids, there is glycolic acid. There is so much that I don't use something like this every single day. I use this, I would say, a couple of times a week, like maybe 2 or 3 times in a week is how often I use this. And this is a huge bottle, you guys. I've never seen any toner for that matter that comes with I think 250 ml, 240 ml. This is 240 ml, and generally I've seen toners either with like 100 ml, 150 ml maximum, nothing over 200 ml. I don't think I've ever seen a toner that comes with over 200 ml of product, and this comes with 240 ml, which is absolutely amazing. Just want to quickly share how I got this. I got this from an Instagram store. Was it Skinnilating or something like that, is where I got this from. They had like a clearance sale, so I paid around, I think, 1100 plus shipping for this, which is still pretty inexpensive as compared to some of the other places, like other Instagram stores that sell this product at like a much higher price. That being said, Nykaa is launching The Ordinary very very soon, and the prices are amazing. I believe this is for like 900 or something on Nykaa. Now, of course, keep in mind that if you try to buy this on Nykaa, it's going to sell out like within 2 seconds, literally. So if you are looking to get this and you want to get this on Nykaa, then you have to be like ready even before The Ordinary goes live on the actual website. So yeah, keep that in mind, but you can still again get this from Instagram stores, etc., if you want to, and you'll have to pay a little bit of extra money obviously. But yeah, coming to this product, I would say it is, for me, someone who has experienced a lot of different glycolic acid, salicylic acid products, and I wouldn't consider myself to be a beginner when it comes to chemical exfoliants. For me, this is pretty gentle, but when you first start using it, it can be a little bit intense. But once you get used to it, it's not gonna tingle, it's not gonna sting, it's gonna be like perfect on your skin. And I don't necessarily notice a lot of like I would say smoothing out of texture, etc., at this point, because again, I've used glycolic acid pretty regularly in my skincare routine for a while, and I don't notice texture issues anymore. So this now kind of does more like maintenance of my skin for me, as compared to like getting rid of texture or anything like that. And something that I want to say is very underrated when it comes to like, this is a benefit of AHAs that I think people don't realize and don't understand a lot, is that AHAs can really be helpful with acne, in the sense that if you have a lot of dead skin build up on your skin, which is clogging your pores, that also sometimes leads to breakouts and acne. So if you use glycolic acid regularly just to get rid of the dead skin on your skin regularly, it's gonna cause less breakouts for you. So I think that's what this product really does for me at this point, is that it just regularly gets rid of all the dead skin, which in turn causes less breakouts for me. So yeah, I really like it. It's gonna last me a long time, and I would recommend this product. If I'm being completely honest, I do love the Pixie Glow Tonic a little bit more than this one, just because it's more of like a nostalgic, I love using it. This one, I would say I like using, I don't absolutely love using. And just another quick note, now this one is fragrance free, but it has this weird smell to it, which is probably the ingredients in itself, whereas the Pixie Glow Tonic does have artificial fragrance, but it smells amazing. And I would still prefer the Pixie Glow Tonic, even though I like to believe that I love fragrance free products, and I do love most fragrance free products, but there are occasionally some exceptions where I feel like having a little bit of fragrance that's not bothering my skin but I love using is better than using something fragrance free that doesn't smell as good, if you know what I mean. Yeah, that makes me a little bit of a hypocrite, but I'm still gonna say that that's how I feel. So yeah, that was that, the Ordinary Glycolic Acid Toning Solution. Now moving on, next we have, let's talk about moisturizer. For moisturizer, again, I had two vitamin C moisturizers that I asked you guys to pick between. I gave you the option to choose either the Purito, I think Sebathon Vital Cream, something like that. It's the orange Purito moisturizer. Either that or the Plum Mandarin and Vitamin C 3% moisturizer. This is the Glow Boost moisturizer, and you guys ended up choosing this one. Now, unlike the first two products that I really loved, I would say this one I had very high expectations from. I have also used the green tea moisturizer that comes in a similar packaging, and that one also I was very excited about, but eventually once I started using it, I was a little bit underwhelmed. And I would say this I was hoping would be a different case, but it's actually pretty similar. I would say when I first got it, I was really excited. Once I started using it also, I loved the texture, I loved applying it on my skin, but as I continued using it, I realized this is more of a lightweight lotion as compared to like a moisturizer. So if you are someone who has oily skin and you like your moisturizer to not feel tacky on the skin, get absorbed quickly, and not be too difficult to apply. Like sometimes I've noticed with certain moisturizers, you have to really massage it in to then have it get absorbed into your skin. I feel like with this you will never have that problem, because this will not be difficult to massage and apply at all. But what I am not the biggest fan of this product is that it doesn't feel moisturizing enough for my skin. Now, I had very oily skin and I still kind of lean oily more on the normal side, but since I've been using retinoids, etc., my skin can tend to lean a little bit more dry because of that. So I want a moisturizer that doesn't feel heavy or greasy on the skin but is still moisturizing enough. And I feel like that's where this lacks a little bit, is that it doesn't feel moisturizing enough. A lot of days I will put this on, and even after I have it on and it's gotten absorbed into my skin, I feel like my skin is a little dry and I feel like I need to put on more moisturizer before I add in my sunscreen on top as my last layer. So for that particular reason, this is not my absolute favorite. And I think depending on where you stand in the skin type spectrum, you can decide for yourself if this is one that you will enjoy using or not. So yeah, those are pretty much my thoughts on that. I will of course continue to like use up the whole bottle. I think I'm more than halfway done with this, but will I repurchase it eventually? Probably not, if I'm being completely honest, because yeah, there are definitely better moisturizers out there that are also as inexpensive but more moisturizing than this is. So yeah, that was that. Moving on, let's should we quickly talk about some sunscreens before we move on to our last serum product? So for sunscreens, I actually did not give you guys 2 options. I gave you 4 options because I had 4 different sunscreens in my collection, and I was like, you know what, take your pick, tell me which one you want me to review. And the one that got the maximum votes was the Dermaco 1% hyaluronic acid sunscreen gel. Now this was, I would say, halfway done already at this point, because I'd already used it for a while. I was really enjoying it, and then I kind of had a little bit product left, but I cycled it out of my rotation, incorporated another sunscreen, and then when you guys voted for it, I was like, okay, let me get this back into my rotation and just use it up. So this is, you guys, I've reviewed it a couple of times, but I'm going to tell you again, this is one of my favorite sunscreens in my collection at this point. I feel like I love the packaging, I love the texture, I love how lightweight it is, how, you know, easily it gets absorbed into my skin. It works with a lot of different skincare products, because sometimes certain sunscreens may or may not work well with other skincare products. This one, whenever I've used it, it's always worked out. It's never not worked out with any particular serum or moisturizer or anything like that, which is something I really like and appreciate. It's also fragrance free, which is a big you know, plus point for me, because a lot of other sunscreens that I love may or may not be fragrance free. So I'm so happy to have a fragrance-free sunscreen that doesn't smell bad. I also have to mention that sometimes fragrance-free sunscreens might not have the best smell. This one, I don't get any issues with the fragrance of it, like the natural fragrance of the ingredients. It's also one that doesn't leave a white cast. Like when you're first applying it, it might look like it's leaving a white cast, but once you let it completely dry on your skin, it doesn't leave any sort of white cast at all, on me personally at least. I think with different skin types and different skin tones, that's something that might be different for you, but I have not seen like anyone else also have a problem with this in terms of white cast. So I think that is really amazing. And I also have to say, I love the packaging component of this one. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you, but this is one of those like airless pump, yeah, it's not going to come out now. It's one of those airless pump products where basically the component keeps like coming up as and when you use a product, and basically you're never gonna like waste any product with this, and that's also something that I really love. I will say though that some of the other sunscreens that Dermaco has been coming out, I feel like don't compare to this. This is just one of the best, one of my favorites. This is, I think, my second bottle. There was a rumor in the middle that this is probably being reformulated. I don't know if it ended up getting reformulated or not. I still feel like this is just as good as my first bottle, so I have no problem with this, and this is one that I'm gonna like, I definitely see myself continue to like repurchase. So yeah, love this. I can't stop like raving about this one. I am also pretty sure that I got 2 backups of this. I feel like it's been a while and I haven't like touched my backup drawer, so for that reason I've forgotten, but I'm pretty sure I got 2 backups of this, so I can't wait to get back to using this again. But yeah, that is that. I feel like I spoke about that for a while, and like I mentioned in the beginning, I had some product in it, but it wasn't much. I knew it's not gonna last me a while, so I also decided to incorporate the other sunscreen that got the second maximum number of votes, which is the Trycone L-Glutathione Sunscreen Gel SPF 60. Now this one I've spoken about for years, you guys. I feel like this is one that I've spoken about since 2020. If I am you know, correct with the timeline, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in my favorite sunscreens of 2020 video, and I've used it since 2020. I've gone through like maybe 10-15 tubes of this. I am not even exaggerating at this point, and I will say though that this is one that I have loved for so long, and I will still continue to do that. But in 2022, I feel like there are better sunscreens out there. Like for example, if you asked me like which one I would pick out of these two, I would still say Dermaco, because in terms of the ingredients, in terms of you know, the SPF filters that they have going on, in terms of like, that one is fragrance free, this one is not. And this one, in terms of texture, I occasionally sometimes do get problems with this might pill sometimes. Like even today when I was applying this on my skin, I felt like it was not working well with my Pond's gel moisturizer that I ended up using today. I felt it was kind of pilling up. Like you can control it and you can make it work for you, and you can get it absorbed for sure into your skin in a certain way. And I wouldn't say that this is something that I am not going to be repurchasing or not going to be using anymore. I will still continue to repurchase it, I will still continue to use it, but it's not my number one top sunscreen anymore. I've used up this whole tube also. I feel like I am close to somewhere here maybe, if you can see. So I have a little bit of product left. This is my last tube that I have in my collection right now, and once this is done, I'll probably not repurchase it immediately. I get this on Amazon, by the way, in case you guys are wondering, and the next time I place an order on Amazon, I might just, you know, check this out as well. I would say I normally pay around 250-300 rupees or something like this for it. It's I think this tube costs, like, the MRP is 595, 600, something like that, but I don't pay more than like 250-300 for this for sure. So yeah, that is that. Those are my thoughts on this. I feel like I didn't mention much about the texture because I've done a lot of reels on Instagram featuring the texture of this, and I've also done so many videos over the years where I have spoken about how amazing this is. So yeah, that's why I didn't want to go. That's why I don't want to go too in depth about it, because I understand that you've been hearing about this for a while and you're probably bored by now. So I understand that. I wanted to kind of mention how my thoughts have changed about this over time, instead of just telling you things you've already heard a billion times. So yeah, that was that. Moving on next to my last product. This is another one of those products that I have used in the past, I've reviewed in the past multiple times, so I don't want to go too in depth into it again, but that is my serum, and it's a niacinamide serum. So I gave you the option to choose between either the Formularx niacinamide serum or the Minimalist 10% niacinamide plus zinc serum, and you guys ended up choosing the Minimalist one. So this is one that, again, I used, I would say, towards the end of 2020. That's when Minimalist was newer, and I was trying out the salicylic acid serum, hyaluronic acid serum from Minimalist. The salicylic acid and the niacinamide one I have ended up repurchasing, and now they also have a different bottle. Earlier they had the white packaging, now they have the black packaging. I do prefer the black packaging more. I think it looks more like sleek and pretty, even though it's still as inexpensive as it was earlier, and now it doesn't look like they're copying the ordinary as well. So yeah, this particular one I would say is, again, another great serum if you have more oily skin, because it's super duper lightweight. If you're looking for a more hydrating niacinamide serum, I would say the texture of this is not super hydrating on the skin, and I think that's another reason why when I was using it with my Plum moisturizer, I felt like the combination was not hydrating enough. Like, this was not hydrating on its own and this was not hydrating on its own, so when you pair them together, it still doesn't feel hydrating enough. So I think that's another reason why I feel like I was not as happy with how hydrated my skin felt once I used them together. But overall, I feel like this is another great product to incorporate into your skincare routine. If you have visible pores, if you have oily skin, if you have I know they say that this is meant for blemishes as well, so if you have acne prone skin, but I feel like salicylic acid works better for acne prone skin as compared to niacinamide. But yeah, this is one of those products that I feel like I will always have in my collection. I will always have it on hand. I will always be using this just to maintain my skin, because niacinamide, and this particular product specifically, has done so much for my skin, just to help with the excessive oiliness and shininess and the obvious appearance of pores. So yeah, I did thoroughly enjoy using it. I've not used it in a while, and I was so happy to get back to using this. So I'm again really happy that you guys ended up choosing this. But yeah, that's all I have to say about it. If you want to see more of like the detailed story as to how this ended up changing my skin, I would highly recommend that you go and check out the review video that I did, I want to say close to like 2 years ago at this point, maybe like 1.5 years, not 2 years, but like I did an in-depth review video. It was like a trying and testing out products video, but it was more of an in-depth review where I spoke about the Minimalist niacinamide serum, so you can go and check that out. But I don't want to blabber any further, because I feel like today I was definitely in a chit-chatty mood, and here we have like a 25-minute long video. So yeah, I will definitely make sure to have timestamps for you guys, otherwise you're gonna kill me in the comments being like, you talk so much, we hate watching your videos because you talk so much and your videos are so long. So don't worry, I will have timestamps for you in the description box in case you're only interested in like a specific product. That'll probably be more helpful. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you so much if you watched the video. It definitely it means a lot to me, and thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And that is it. I'm gonna see you in my next video. Bye bye. Bye.